back to GP Pilates, and today is going to be a general class, so we're going to work the whole body and hope you enjoy it. But I also want you to remember where you are in your body, because I might do different levels today, so feel what's appropriate for your body, listen to my cueing and see if it's working for you. In today's class we're going to need a squidgy ball. This could be a cushion and that's absolutely fine. A ball of some variety, whether it's a spiky ball or a tennis ball, that's really helpful, and a stretchy band. If you haven't got a stretchy band, tights or a scarf will work just as well. So we're going to come to lying down on the floor with the squidgy ball or the cushion between our knees, and we're just going to think about how our body is on the floor just for a second. So nice deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe out, think how your shoulder blades are relaxing into the floor, how your pelvis is nice and flat, it's not tilting one way or the other, and your feet, the big toe, the little toe and the inside of the heel are connected. And then we're going to breathe in. And breathe out, we're going to start with some pelvic clocks, so flattening your back into the floor, round to the left hip, find the bony bit of the pelvis, let the knees follow. And then carry on with that circle down to your tailbone. So now you're tilting the pelvis the opposite way, round to your right hip and back into the small tilt. Keep going with that movement, biggest circle you can around the bony points of the pelvis, thinking about them as if they're numbers on a clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the bottom, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and carry on. And just see if there's any bits that feel really tight, just stop, take a breath in and out 3 times, and then carry on with the circle. And this should help the body just loosen a little. And then we're going to change direction. Now sometimes it feels completely different in the opposite direction. And that's fine. We're just noticing where our body is, where needs to be released, and where needs to be stabilised. And back to centre. We're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, I want you to peel and curl the spine all the way up to your shoulders. When you get to the top, I want you to lift your heels off the floor. Deep breath in. And breathing out, gentle squeeze of the ball, close the ribs at the front of the rib cage, coming down vertebra by vertebra. Send that tailbone away until you come all the way down to the floor and back to neutral, and lower your heels. Breathing in. And breathe out, flatten the lower back. Come up to the shoulders, lift the heels. Breathing in and breathing out. You should be able to feel this in the back of the legs quite strongly. If you can't, take your feet, your heels a little bit closer to your bottom. And lower the heels, and then up again. Lift the heels. This time take your hands over your head. This makes it even more difficult. Breathing in and breathing out, coming down nice and slowly. And then bring your arms back over. Lower the heels. And again, breathing out, peel and curl, arms over your head, and then coming down nice and slowly. And then we're going to remove the ball from between the knees. And this is level 1. So we're going to do some single legs. So you can come up and down like that. But if you want a little bit more of a challenge, have your leg in chair, and we're going to go up into the large pelvic tilt, lift the heel and come down. Excuse the squeaky floorboards. And up, lift and down. If you want to work a little bit harder, we're going to go up, lift, straighten the leg to the floor, lift, bend and down. So once more through that one, we're going to go up to the top, lift the heel, leg straight to the ceiling, to the floor, to the ceiling, bend and coming down. And then we're going to swap to the other side. So if you're not very stable in your pelvis, or you've had lower back pain, or you're not that strong, please listen to your body and do this version. Here we're looking for the hips to stay level as you go up and down. If you want to try it a little bit harder, leg in chair, coming up, lift onto your tiptoes and coming down. Lift up onto your tiptoes and coming down. And then the last one, up, straight up to the ceiling, stretch away from the body, bend and down. And again, lift up, down, up, bend and lower. So about 5 of each. And then we're going to take our stretchy band. And we're going to place our head into the band. So the head's going to be heavy, like it's weighted, and our elbows are going to point up towards the ceiling. So we're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're just going to sit up, keeping the head heavy, the neck long, drawing the ribs in and down. Come up to that point where you feel the tummy muscles really start to contract. And then lower down. So breathe in, do nothing. Breathe out, coming up, using the backs of the arms a little bit to aid. You'll sit up. And down. And the next one is take both legs into chair. And what I want you to do is come up into a sit-up. I'm going to show you the full version and then show you some adaptations. So we're going to go breathing in and breathing out. Draw the ribs in and down. Take the legs away from the centre towards the floor. Bend the knees and lower. And again. Stretch away. Feel it in the upper and the lower abs. Now, if your lower back isn't very strong or it's feeling a little bit uncomfortable, just go within your body's parameters. So breathing in and breathing out, and you may find you can just go to there and back, and that's fine. Work where your body's happy to go to today. Two more. And lower down. Take your squidgy ball and place it between your knees. And then breathing in and breathing out, roll the lower back into the floor. Make sure the tummy's nice and flat. And then you're going to circle the knees round. So, depending on how strong you are, depends on how big the circle is. So if you're feeling quite strong, so you can make it quite a big circle, stretching the legs away a little, really making those side obliques work. Side tummy muscles. Check in with your shoulders. And then reverse the direction. Making this the last one. And taking your feet down to the floor. Okay, so we're going to take the squeegee ball and place it underneath the lower back. Now you can do this on the cushion, it won't be quite as difficult. I want you to check in with your shoulders, are they nice and relaxed? Hands on the floor. We're going to take one leg into chair, and then we're going to take the second leg into chair. So breathe in and breathe out. Feel your abdominals starting to engage. Your tummy muscles shouldn't pop out. Okay, and then from there, we're going to cross one arm over your chest, and then the second arm over your chest. Now for some people this may be enough. Otherwise you can toe dip down to the floor. I'm a little wobbly today. So really focusing on that stability. And then take your legs up towards the ceiling, feet and knees together, hands on the floor, and you're just going to take the right leg away from centre and back, and you're trying to keep your hip bones facing upwards as you do this. So it's a little micro movement, just seeing how stable the pelvis is, and with the instability of the ball underneath you, it makes it quite a challenge. I can really feel my abdominals having to stabilise me to do this. So moving each leg a bit like a mini clam, that should help with the visualisation. And then feet down. Take the ball out from underneath your back. Now we're going to come into side lying. So lying with your legs bent and the arm underneath your head, and you're going to stretch that arm forward, up and round. Look behind you, but keep your hips stacked. We're always going to go in a backward motion. Round. Nice big circles opening up into the rib cage. If you look at the hand as it goes behind you, it will really help with the mobility. And then take your hands down by your side, both legs straight. And we're going to do some double leg lifts. So what I want you to think is your bottom two ribs don't quite touch the floor, and we lift up and down. And lower, and then top arm over your head. And you're going to take the arm over your body and then stretch it down towards your feet as you lift the legs. And lower. And then lower down. And then what I want you to do is have your arm up towards the ceiling, bottom leg hovered off the floor if you can, otherwise have it on the floor and that's absolutely fine. Take the top leg up and we're going to circle it forwards 8 times, small mini circles. And then reverse, keeping that pelvis still, reaching up through your fingers. And lower down, arm down, and we're going to swap sides. So bending knees, bottom gap underneath the two ribs, and we're going to stretch that arm forward, stretch under the shoulder blade, up and round. Look at the arm as it goes behind you, and forward. And round. And look at that arm as it goes behind the body. And then resting it on the top of your legs. And we're going to do some double leg lifts. So lifting up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to take the arm over the top of the body, and then we're going to lift all of it together and down. And then you're going to take your arm to the ceiling. You can have the bottom leg hover off the floor if you want to, and we're going to circle that leg round, forwards and then backwards. And then the other way. And releasing. Coming to lie on your front, head down on the floor and hands out in stick 'em up position. So we're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. Draw the shoulder blades down, push into the floor and lift up through the crown of the head. And then engage your tummy muscles again to lower down, lengthening through the crown of the head. Breathing in and breathing out. Lift up. Breathe in at the top and then breathe out. Really pull those toe muscles in. Make them work on the way back down. One last one. And then come back into prayer stretch. So bottom onto heels, stretching the arms forwards. Nice deep breaths up and down the spine. And then you're going to walk your hands round to the right hand side of the mat. And then around to the left hand side of the mat. And back to centre. And we're going to do a bit of glute work. So you're going to take your cushion or your squishy ball behind your knee. You're going to take it up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to squeeze it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to swap. And I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And releasing. Then we're just going to do some cat-cow just to move that spine. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Scoop the abdominals up and in and draw your head towards your tailbone. Find that stretch and then send your head and tailbone away from each other. And again, breathing in and breathing out. And releasing. And again. Arching the spine and releasing. And then I want you to lift your right foot off the floor. And I want you to pivot on the knee so it goes towards your head. So you're shortening one side of your body and then you're lengthening the other way. So I'm pivoting on the knee and I'm shortening one side and then I'm lengthening the other. And then we're going to swap to the other side. So shortening and lengthening, shortening and lengthening. And releasing, sitting back, just releasing any tension in the wrist. So just pulling your fingers back. And then the other side. And then we're going to release the calf muscle. So take your spiky ball and you're going to go up and down the centre of that calf muscle, turning your toes inwards and outwards, finding any tight bits all the way down to just above the heel. There's no specific order, but if you find a good bit, give it some welly. And then the other side. And then coming back to lying down, getting your spiky ball and placing it in your underneath your bum towards the top, towards the side. So as you take your legs over, it should hurt. If it doesn't, you haven't got the right place, and just move it slightly. So we're putting our full body weight over onto that ball, find the tender bit, and then bringing it back. And then removing the ball. The side you've had the ball, your bottom should feel like it's gone flat. And then you know it's worked. Find the other side. Now you can go on and off it, or you can trigger point it by just taking your legs over, finding that spot and really pushing into that bit. Really important exercise to do if you've got a tight lower back. and back. And then take your squidgy ball. Now you might want to, as I'm going to, take a little bit of air out of it and place it underneath your head. Because a lot of us are either sitting down too much, not in great posture at the moment, or we're sitting in front of a computer and we get some neck issues going on. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out and just allow your head to be heavy into the cushion or the ball. And then you're just going to do 10 circles clockwise and 10 circles anti-clockwise, about the size of a 10p piece, but really thinking about your head being heavy onto the ball. And we're just getting all those little intrinsic muscles to release. And reverse. And then back to centre and chin to chest, and then rolling your head back, thinking where's comfortable for you. And then side to side. Well, that brings us to a close of today's class. I hope you've enjoyed it, and there'll be plenty more to come, so look out for some other videos. And I'm going to start putting some free bits on Facebook and YouTube that you can tune into and find out some little tips. Anyway, have a great week.